Kevin, you mentioned in your opening discussion about the loss of manufacturing jobs in Virginia.
Yeah.
And it's a problem nationwide as well. Over the last couple decades, the last 15 years in particular, we've seen our manufacturing production-based economy move to a service-based economy. Is that a concern to you? Is it a national security issue for our country? And if so, what do you think we should do to resolve it?
Well, there's another issue that ties in and around all of that, and that has to do with the loss of jobs due to increasing mechanization and automation. I think that's a huge nut to crack. I think it's one that we need to face, and actually everywhere in the world, it's a problem. We could automate half the jobs in Washington next year. Do we want to do that is the question. And it raises a bigger question of that. When a company has an economic incentive to close a plant because they can have a machine do the job that 10 people did, and that machine takes only 2 people to maintain it. Well, where are we going with this? And believe me, technology is going to creep into our industry more and more. The potential to do that more and more is there. And I had a brief discussion with people at an economic conference that was in the south side of Virginia a few months ago about this, and the Virginia Manufacturers Association was there, and I raised that topic, and I got a very, frankly, unsatisfying answer. And the answer was, that's not a problem. That is a problem. That definitely is a problem. But I'm trying to remember. There was another part of your question. I know I didn't answer it, and I apologize.
Part of it was, do you see it as a security issue? But
yeah.
If it's all right, I'd like to follow up with something that you said, because actually the current administration talks a lot about technology taking away jobs. Yep. And I've even heard our president talk about the ATM as an example. You know, people don't need bank tellers anymore because the ATM exists.
Well, it's sure convenient and you get your money quick. I'm not sure that's bad for the economy, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but having been a bank manager, I can tell you the technicians that maintain those ATMs earn a decent salary and a decent wage. And it's a specialized task which not everyone can do. Yeah. So I don't see it necessarily as taking away jobs as it's often portrayed. Yeah. In fact, if you get into technology, it's a higher paying job. So what would you say about that response to people who say technology is taking away jobs?
Well, I'm not going to paint technology as bad per se. It's a tool that we use. And I guess I'd just say that people can be inventive and find ways to keep people employed in meaningful ways as much as we can, while trying to kind of balance the benefits that technology can give us. And that could be, you know, an industrial conference in itself. What do you do to keep jobs and to yet and one way to do that in part is the potential to protect some industries in the United States, to selectively protect a few industries that are on the verge of leaving so that they don't leave. It has international politics implications that are not all good, but we can balance that to try to keep more American jobs. And so I think there's a lot of opportunity for people in this room and everywhere in the United States to use their creativity to come up with ways to balance that job technology issue.